All right, hi everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about how to solve this one-step equation, and in particular, why does it work that we're supposed to multiply both sides of this equation by 2? Why does that work to solve this equation? How does that work to isolate the variable? Okay, so I already told you the method that we're supposed to use to solve this equation. We're supposed to multiply both sides of this equation by 2, and that will isolate the variable. Also, I already know what the solution is. The solution, in other words, the value of the variable that makes the statement true is 10. The reason why it's the solution is because 10, if the value of the variable is 10, then we have 10 divided by 2, and that equals 5, the statement becomes true. If you use any other value, say if x is 2, that would make the statement false, because then we would have 2 divided by 2, then that's a 1, and 1 does not equal 5, so the statement becomes false. So I know 10 is the solution. I know I'm supposed to solve by multiplying both sides of this statement by 2. Put those things out of your mind for now. Let's focus on how this works to isolate the variable, okay? So this is 2 times some number that we don't know divided by 2. And the reason why this works comes from how multiplying fractions works, fraction multiplication, how it works, and from the commutative property of multiplication. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what's here in this box, I'm going to rewrite it over here, and we'll examine it really closely. So what we have is we have 2 times x over 2. Okay, so we have this whole number 2 that's being multiplied by this fraction x over 2. So when we're multiplying fractions, the way we multiply fractions is numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. If you want more about multiplying fractions or dividing fractions, then go check out another video that I have about multiplying and dividing fractions. Okay, so I want to multiply this numerator times numerator and denominator times denominator. The denominator of this 2 just isn't written, it's a 1, okay? So this 2 is actually 2 over 1. So I'll put that there to help us kind of see a little bit. So when I multiply these two fractions, what I'm going to get, the numerator of the new fraction is I'm going to get 2 times x. And the denominator, I'm going to get 1 times 2. So I'm going to write that, but I'm not going to multiply those just yet. And if I were to multiply these together, then I would get a new fraction, 2x over 2, right? But I don't want to do that yet, and here's why. The commutative property of multiplication says that I can change the order of multiplication and it won't affect the result. So for example, 2 times 3 is 6, but also 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 5 is equal to 10, 5 times 2 is equal to 10. Or 1 times 2 times 3 is 6, but 3 times 2 times 1 is also 6, right? So the order of multiplication doesn't matter. It'll give you the same result. So 2 times x is the same as x times 2, and 1 times 2 is the same as 2 times 1, gives us the same result. I'm going to rearrange the denominator. I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to change the order of this. And I think this will help you to see what's going on here. So then we'll have 2 times x over 2 times 1. And now, maybe you see where this is going already. Can you see that we have this 2 over 2 here? Anytime you have something divided by itself, it's equal to 1. So that's where we're going. Just like we were able to multiply these two fractions together like this to get this, we can also break them apart, right? This is the result of multiplying two fractions. This is the result of multiplying 2 over 2 times x over 1. Well, what's that? This 2 over 2, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So that's a 1 right there. So this equals 1 times x over 1. And what's x over 1? It's x. Any number divided by 1 is itself. So what we have here is we have 1 times x. And what's 1 times x? It's also just x. Any number times 1 is also itself. So this is equal to x. So that's how this is equal to x, by this series of steps that never gets explained deeply. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps you to be able to see a statement like this one, x over 2 is equal to 5, and now realize why are we multiplying both sides by 2? Why does that work? Well, that works. Most of the time you'll just see this in class, right? 2 divided by 2 is 1, 1 times x is x, and so then we get x is equal to 10. And this is why you can cross it out. It becomes 1 through this part becomes 1 times x. And this is the reason, this is how it happens. So I hope that helps you to achieve a little bit deeper understanding. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.